Hi, welcome to my workshop. I'm going to be talking about 3 successful strategies for entrepreneurs. My name is Quiana J, and I am your life and brand activation coach. And I am in love with one thing besides Jesus, and that is helping kingdom people activate and dominate in life and business. Watching people break through limiting beliefs, discover their purpose, and rise up in their unique calling is what I am distinctly called to do. And I always ask, am I called to you? Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you have a beautiful website, but subpar products. Or maybe you have great products that deliver, but you have a subpar social media presence. Or maybe you have a huge following, but you have broken systems. Maybe you have a beautiful website and products that deliver, but no visibility. What's wrong with this picture? It's because in these cases, you have 1 or 2 out of the 3 strategies that I will cover tonight. Now, I want us to define strategy. It is a plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim. And so what's our overall aim in business? To make them coins, okay? To make a profit. And I know you want freedom to spend time with your family. You want freedom to travel, freedom to do outreach, or whatever your thing is. Guess what? It is better to have money in order to not have to get creative being broke. But any person that goes into business always wants to make a profit. And I've discovered that there are 3 strategies that you must give attention to in order to be successful in online service-based business. Now, these strategies also work in other businesses, but because I am in my specialty and niche is in online service-based business, that is who I'm catering to and who I'm catering this entire masterclass to, okay? So the 3 that you have to have, number 1 is brand strategy. You also must have a marketing strategy, and you must also have a product strategy. And I'm not going to go into too much detail in each one, but I'm going to give you an overarching idea, concept, and what it entails into having a brand strategy, a marketing strategy, or a product strategy. I go into the details of this with my clients. So of course, if you want help, I'm going to invite you at the end. And just stick around. Let's talk about brand strategy. This is my definition of branding. If you see this definition anywhere else, it is mine. It is about to be trademarked. I'm serious about this, right? Branding is the culmination of your visual appearance, your customer's experience, and your product's deliverance, okay? Now, let's talk about that visual appearance. Your visual appearance, I'm not talking about you as a person who's the personal brand, even though that is also play too, but it's bigger than that because we're talking about the visual appearance of your online real estate, because we're talking to online service-based businesses. So outside of you looking good, your website needs to look good. Your logo needs to look nice. Your typography, your fonts needs to make sense. Your brand voice and your messaging need to cater to the pains of your ideal audience, and then tell them it's a solution so that you can influence them to come to you. Your brand theme and your color palette must be intact. Your product labeling, especially if you're going to do physical products, your product labeling has to be intact. And even if you create online products, even the face of that, it must also be intact. And then your social media presence and your entire digital footprint, if someone's to look you up, it will all be brand consistent. This is what it means to have strategy. All of this has to have a consistent flow, a consistent theme, and everything should make sense. Your color palette, your website, your logo, your typography, your theme, your palette, your product labeling, how you look on social media, including your social media banners. All of that must be put into place, okay? Let's talk about your customer's experience, which is a part of your brand strategy. This is about how your customer interacts with you and your brand. So when they go to your website, is there a seamless navigation with CTAs or call to actions? Call to actions are basically an invitation to do something. If you don't have call to actions on your website, you're not prompting them, your audience, to do something. So you must have CTAs everywhere. If you was to go to quianaj.com, you will see call to actions. I have call to actions for choosing your destination. I have call to actions about, hey, I want you to join my Facebook group. I want you to, enroll into my Activate Your Brand Academy. I want you to get a brand revitalization audit, or whatever the case may be. I have a lot of CTAs on my site because I want you to choose something. Then you have your business systems and other functionalities. Okay, so this is talking about, hey, maybe you have, a booking app that's attached to your site. Is that a seamless flow? Because those other functionalities, if you have a breakdown in your systems, guess what? It's going to frustrate the client and they're not coming back. And then you have your employees and your brand ambassadors. How does your customer interact with those, especially those people who have employees in their business? So maybe you've hired you a virtual assistant. Is that person consistent with the mission of your brand? Because if your employees, or if your potential client, shall I say, is touching them first, how is that person presenting themselves to represent your brand? Or if you have brand ambassadors, how are they representing as well? Because they are really considered the front door to your business. So that is important for your brand strategy. Now, your product's deliverance is about fulfilling the guarantee that you have set concerning that specific product. If you have guaranteed that it will do this for them, then did your product solve your customer's problem? If it did, then you have definitely created something that can be a part of your brand strategy, because your brand strategy, like I said, includes your visual appearance, your customer's experience, and your product's deliverance. And you must look at all of that to make sure that you are good to go. And really, this is the first step to building any type of business. You have to look at your visual appearance, how you want to appear. You have to look at how everything is going to seamlessly flow, whether you're going to use funnels or whether you're going to use a lead magnet. Like, all of that has to be intact and seamlessly working, along with when they do get this, does it actually solve their problem? Because nobody wants to pay for something or even get something for free that really doesn't deliver. And like a lead magnet, that's your first free piece of merchandise, and you cannot under-deliver even with that. That must be something that is like, wow, they solved my problem. What else do they have? You must get them to engage with you more, and you do that by having a really great and effective brand strategy. All right, so number 2 is your marketing strategy. Your marketing strategy is about how you will present yourself in the marketplace for this number 1 reason: to get traffic. After you brand it, you must market it. If you don't get seen, you don't get paid, right? So you have to figure out how to get that traffic. Now, how do I get traffic? Now, number 1, you can get it out of social media paid marketing, right? That means you're going to have to pay to play. Facebook and Instagram are both platforms under Mark Zuckerberg, right? So guess what? He's making it where you're going to have to pay to play. And that's not a bad thing, even though everyone is quirking out. It's not a bad thing, because that means that you're only paying for the people that you want to see your stuff. And you get to analyze those results and hone it in even more so that you're only paying for people who need to see it, right? So social media paid marketing is really good. Another one that I don't have on here is SEO, search engine optimization. So you can pay for some additional Google ads and things of that nature to get your stuff at the top of the realm, okay? Events and guest appearances is another. So, even after you have, done your social media paid marketing, I don't know why this keeps moving, your social media, maybe it's because this is on here, your social media paid marketing, even after you've done that, you can do events and guest appearances, which means that you are taking yourself and now appearing at places. So you can host your own events, or you can also do guest appearances. You can even do online guest appearances by asking people, can I appear on your blog? Can I be a guest contributor to something? You can even do that with Huffing Posts and, all of those online type of credible sources so that you can reach an audience that you did not have before. So think about that. Like, for once, I had did a book, I had released a book called Empty Womb, Empty Tomb, and I did a virtual tour. There are companies that actually do virtual book tours. You just need to Google it and find the one that you want according to your budget and according to how far you want to get visible wise. So you will look into that and you will do it. So that's how you become, like, now a guest appearance. Partnerships are really good, because sometimes you can enter into networks with people or groups or communities where they're saying, hey, whenever we have someone or we run into someone that has a need, we will only advertise those who are in our network. Partnerships are good because, like, for instance, I am subscribed to a couple of different coaches, and they may have a network where, hey, for Christmas, as a Christmas bonus, I'm doing this masterclass. And when I do this masterclass with these 30 people will also give you bonuses. So each one of them, is going to email you something that is going to be great for your business. So because, you were a partner with that, you get the audience of everyone else that's a part of that masterclass. It was like a great idea. So that's something you can look into. And also social proof, just really building your likes and building your followers base, and, having testimonials, client love, and word of mouth are all a part also of your marketing strategy. That is the one where you can kind of control, but really, if you just do great work, it'll be on its own. It grows on its own. Always when you finish with a client or someone has your product, you ask for a testimony or some love. Okay? Now, let's move into product strategy. This is the third one, right? So your product strategy is about how you can diversify your product portfolio. Now, this requires a pulse to your ideal audience. Now, again, I'm talking to online service-based business. That is the beauty of being service-based. You get to create products almost out of nowhere, and you can do that by just listening to your ideal audience. Maybe you're a massage therapist and you do private sessions, and maybe they say, man, this feels so good. I really wish that, I could also have this ad on my face. Like, maybe you didn't provide facials at first. Well, then you can say, you know what? I actually make homemade products and I have something that would be great. Would you allow me to do it, for once for free? The first one is free, of a facial massage using this home-based, whatever product that you created that would reduce wrinkles or reduce, the face from looking saggy or whatever. Now you've just diversified your product portfolio. Now you're not just a massage therapist, but you also massage faces and do facials. So that's what I mean. Like, for me, I get to create things. Like, for instance, I know that my audience, my particular clients, when I'm finished with them, they may not know how to, after they launch, how do I go and get traffic now? So I get to create workshops and things and create products that I know is going to help them based off the knowledge that I have and that I have studied and that have worked for me. So I get to do that. But you can also do that with client surveys and polls. So in the Facebook groups that you're in, do a survey, do a poll, do it on your private page, to see, because some of those people are your friends and your family. Do it on there. Number 2, also engaging and monitoring social media groups. So all of those groups that you're in, especially if you're in groups where they're particularly your competition, but they don't know that. You're just watching to see the language that people use and what are the needs of the people so that you can create products. And now they'll start to look at you as the expert because you have a product on the market that was not existing at first, but now exists because you've heard their pain. And then watching your direct competition. That's one way to do it. It's easy to do with Facebook. You can get into groups where your ideal clients are. You can get into Facebook groups where they are actually your direct competition, but they don't know it, but you get to see what they're saying, and just watching your direct competition overall, like what are they doing, and figuring out, hey, how can I make it better? How can I get to a place where I am unique and that is different from what my competitor is doing? So all of those matter. Now, if you have any questions, I do want you to email me, rain@quianaj.com, REIGN @QUIANAJ.com. If you have any questions about this class, I really want to hear from you. Let me know. Now, are you ready to activate? I told you that I was going to invite you to, go deeper with me if you would like. So let's talk. I want you to schedule your 30-minute. It's free. Activate my brand session. All you have to do is go to www.quianaj.com/apply. I thank you for joining my masterclass of 3 successful strategies for entrepreneurs.